Happy Saturday, y'all. I am back once again for another video, and I am also back on this exercise bike. I love to talk while I exercise. So this video is going to be about simple living, and I will also explain to you what prompted me to do this video. What prompted me to do this video is I speak a lot about narcissism, psychopathy, and sociopathy from time to time. However, what is the skill set that we need to avoid narcissists? It's simple living, y'all. So I am going to go through some of the things that I do and don't do daily. And this is going to be part one of simple living. So I will begin with my day yesterday. Of course, this is Saturday. Remember, I said happy Saturday. However, I am going to go over the simple living that took place yesterday. So here we go. It began with, I would say, the swimming pool. Okay, so I'm on the West Coast, so it was a fairly, I don't even like to use the word hot for the West Coast because I consider our hot perfect because it's not a bunch of humidity. No matter how hot it is, it seems as if you can still breathe. Okay, so let me look up the temperature for yesterday on the West Coast just to see what the temperature was because it was very sunny. Um, Let me see. I should have looked this up before, but of course, I don't always know what I'm gonna talk about. So, okay, so the weather, oh, it had to be higher than that, y'all. Hold on. I don't know, but it was hot. 80 degrees. Yeah, okay, so I would say that would be about right. So the highest temperature yesterday on the West Coast in the state that I'm in was 80 degrees. Okay, so it was hot, sunny. So simple living involves using your mind, okay? Understanding nature and the difference between what's natural and what's man made. Okay, so it was a hot, sunny day yesterday. Where I'm at, of course, there's an outdoor swimming pool. Now, some pools, they utilize hot water. Like there's a indoor pool close by at an aquatic center somewhat, right? And it's hot as heck, y'all. I don't mean to laugh, but this particular location used to be a government building, okay? And it was basically like a jail, okay? And it turned into kind of an aquatics place. And I mean, when you walk in there, it's hot like it's so uncomfortable. It just shouldn't be that hot inside a building. Okay, so this is what I taught my family yesterday because my relatives do not like cold water. Okay, and one of the reasons that they don't is because they're used to the hot tub. Okay, so they've gotten conditioned to a man made temperature. Okay, so keep in mind, heat is stimulated by electricity, fire, and things like that. you can consider it natural on some level. However, what's more natural is the original temperature of real water. Lake water, river water, none of that usually will be hot. It will be the temperature that's cool, and then if the sun is beaming down on it, the sun makes it warmer. Okay, the sun is heating it up. That's natural when the sun heats it up. Okay, so simple living also involves, as I said, the mind and thinking about what we don't utilize. So I have gone through many stages and periods of my life where some of the best things that I could be enjoying are right around me, but I'm not utilizing it. And a lot of times you're paying for it. Okay, I'm paying for that parking spot, but I never park there. I'm paying for that parking spot, but no one ever parks there, and I just don't ever want a car, whatever. But you may choose to live simple enough to where you don't even need or require a car. So I began with this water thing yesterday. Okay, so my relative was like, one particular relative was like, no, I am not getting in no cold water. I'm off work today. I just would rather stay at my house. I said, well, okay, you can do that. You can, stay at your house, but let's take some risk here. I said, I promise you, if you go in the water, it's going to be cool. But once you immerse your total body up under the water, you're not going to stay cold for long. Okay. And of course, my relative didn't believe me. However, found out that I was telling the truth. And for one, you're not going to stay cold for long because we're on the side of the pool where the sunlight is coming in. Now, many people that live in this area, this pool is open where I live, in the neighborhood that I live in. This swimming pool that's outdoors is offered mainly during the summer months, right? So it's not open. It feels like sometimes it's open like a month or two, sometimes not even a full 2 months. So what's happened in the past is sometimes I'm only in there the last week. So I'm not utilizing simple living. Remember, simple living involves using the mind and utilizing what's available to you right around you. A lot of times we're taking trips way to another state, getting on a whole airplane only just to swim in that state. I can get on an airplane and say, okay, I'm going to go to Florida. Oh, well, what did you do in Florida? What did you do in Arizona? Oh, I went swimming. As if I couldn't do that right here. Does that make sense? So, a lot of times when we don't use simple living, we spend a bunch of money that we don't need to be spending because we could be using, and what we need is right here. We're just overlooking it. So, we're making our life much more complicated. So, myself and my couple of relatives, we were in the swimming pool, had a great time in there, maybe hour and a half. When I finished with my work day, that was my evening activity. So this place also offers lemonade water, sweet tea, unsweet tea, coffee. I didn't do no coffee, y'all. I just did tea. And I've been starting to like unsweet tea. Okay, simple living. Do you really like tea or do you like the sugar? And with the sweet tea, I tried some of the sweet tea at this location, but I actually did half a cup of the sweet tea and then the other half lemon water. to make it as unsweet as possible. And then I also had some unsweet tea the other days. So simple living is a really beautiful thing because you feel happy, okay? And also, it is a good way to avoid narcissists. And this is why narcissists don't like simple living. Most of them are going to think it's boring. They're not going to feel comfortable with the fact that you're enjoying simple activities. Three, some of them may look down on you because they'll try to make you feel like your life is not extravagant enough. However, it's very, very peaceful to do simple living. And most of the time, you won't be stressed out. Now, all of us have a day here and there where it's stressful. But I would say with simple living, let me come up with a number. 95% of your year will be pretty peaceful. That 5% is just normal life troubles, y'all. They will come. Okay? So just utilizing what is right there. Sometimes we are down the street from the best restaurant and it's right within 2 blocks of us. You've lived at a location 10 years and you've never been to that restaurant. And actually, the restaurant right down the street may be way better than the one you go to across town. So, the swimming pool thing. So, another thing I did yesterday with simple living was I did not make any phone calls, and I mean personal phone calls, until very, very late at night. And that was because I wanted to see how my day would go without answering the phone telling somebody what I'm doing. Okay. So that's making it more complicated. It's like you're always reporting in, checking in. And that's fine. With good friends, that's fine. But sometimes you just want to live your day. So, simple living, vitamin E oil. That was part of my simple living. A lot of times y'all are getting these skincare systems. You need to use the cleanser, the moisturizer, and I do a little of that too. However, is that necessary every day? Is it really meant for you to be using a mask, cleanser, moisturizer every single day? It depends on what underlying skin problems you have. Okay. And I am very supportive of skincare, but not overdoing anything. So with my simple living, I really enjoyed a vitamin E oil on my face. And I use a vitamin E oil. You got to be very careful with vitamin E oil because I bought vitamin E oil that feels like I'm putting Crisco oil on my face and it stinks. So I use this one particular brand. It's in the Spanish section and it's called Dela Cruz. DELACRUZ, something to that effect. If I'm misspelling it, I apologize. So it's an excellent brand to use, and I just sparingly used it, even on my forehead, on my neck. And what this did was provided me a good old browning up suntan, y'all. So when I was in the swimming pool and that sun was beaming down, that good vitamin E oil was my natural protection from the sun because you don't want to be burning your skin. It doesn't matter if you black, white, Asian, whatever race you are, you still can damage your skin in the sun. I don't care how dark you can get. You need protection from the sun. So the vitamin E oil provided that, along with giving my skin a beautiful light brown tan glow. Okay, and it felt very, very good. So simple living, just that simple. I didn't need a whole skincare do up. I just cleaned my face with pure cool water, and then I did my vitamin E oil. Okay, I use like witch hazel and stuff like that. So I do have my skincare products that I use, Cetaphil. I have very sensitive skin. I have skin that is not broke out. It's clear. It's well cared for. However, it's very sensitive. There's a lot that I cannot use on my skin. Okay, so simple living. Vitamin E oil, getting in the pool. Um, I got a little list, y'all. Oh, part of simple living is writing down what you're doing. Okay, and kind of keeping track of it so you can develop a schedule, because a lot of times with simple living you'll feel like you ain't did nothing, but if you write it down you will say, oh my goodness, I did all of that during the day. So simple living, cooking chocolate chip cookies in the oven. Chocolate chip cookies, y'all, in the oven, not buying the packaged cookies, actually baking cookies. And the reason this is so beautiful when it comes to simple living is I love the smell of the house. When you come in and smell chocolate chip cookies, okay, and praying, okay, so that was a very important part of our family day yesterday, was praying. That's part of simple living, y'all. And it should become fun and something that you enjoy doing. Let me see. Oh, I weighed in. So I wrote down my weight, and I also wrote down a reminder to do a simple living video. Oh, part of this water, swimming pool, cool water thing that both my relatives were hesitant of doing. However, I want to teach them and encourage relatives to take risk in life. I also taught them that, hey, all this hot water, that's man made. If you go to any spot in nature, that water ain't gonna be hot, y'all. What you think they was doing, y'all, before man made water hot? Man made water hot, in my opinion. But the Lord has always provided cool water. And of course, I teach people all the time, you're not supposed to be using hot water on your face. It makes the skin loose, y'all. That's why people got stuff in their face hanging all down. It's the water, man-made water. Okay, so if you want your skin tighter, use cool water. So yeah, I jotted down to do a simple living video. And I have a video list. I got like 500 video ideas, y'all. I mean, I just can't do all of them in one day. But I would rather be too much ahead on videos than too far behind. So I did my weight on a digital scale. This is part of simple living. So this is like how your day can go. And oh, I encourage relatives to do chores. Oh, simple living also involves being frugal. So I went shopping the day before and I bought an item that I actually already had. What was the item? It was tea tree oil. Okay. So one of my relatives uses tea tree oil for their scalp. And so I bought the tea tree oil and didn't need it because I already had some. It's not something that's used very often. So I took that back. I didn't need that. And I don't really need to be stocking up on tea tree oil. I mean, the one brand new one that I had, we hadn't used. So I was frugal. I got $5 and some change back. So simple living involves being frugal and being accountable for what you're spending and what you're doing, and not just saying, oh, well, that's just $5. Who cares? So, and I felt good about that, and I got my walk in and everything. Let's see. Um, yeah, we talked about, yeah, that water thing was a big discussion, y'all. Let me see what else is here. Um, Cleaning. Oh my goodness. That's a big part of simple living is cleaning. And I enjoy having the washer machine or the washing machine going and the dishwasher going while I am cooking and doing other things. Um, I got appropriate rest. I even wrote down that I had about 10 hours of sleep, y'all, but I kind of needed to catch up sleep. There was a couple of days where I was up 24 hours. So, another part of simple living that I did yesterday was I wear a bun. I have long hair. I have a lot of hair. It's thick hair. So I wear a bun and some braids and things such as that a lot of times. However, yesterday I decided not to tuck my bun in. I just combed the end of my ponytail out, and I just wore that thick hair out. I just wore it out, you know, and didn't think nothing about it. So, not always being so perfect. Um, then I waited late at night to make a couple of phone calls. And simple living also involves, if somebody comes to you and say, "Hey, I'm behind on my rent. I need some help," and they ask you for some money, it's not somebody that you talk to very often. Direct them to some resources, okay? It's not always your position to pay off somebody's rent. You might be in the same situation they are. You might actually owe on your mortgage or your rent. So direct them to some resources. Um, Everything just ain't your problem. Now, this simple living yesterday did not involve narcissists. However, it does sometimes, but with me, I try to keep it to a bare minimum because you will have those narcissistic spirits in the family, maybe in your friend zone and things like that. So none of this simple living involved any abusive mates in the home. Forget all of that. Well, all this shaming of, if you ain't got a man, you must not be a good woman. Why you ain't got a man? You must be miserable. I don't care about none of that. Okay. Part of simple living is not caring about what people say and what they think. You should be at too much peace. I mean, you can discuss it like I'm discussing it here. It just ain't true that everybody miserable because they not married or they ain't got a man. You got people shaming women, especially, but simple. You got a simple living. Simple living does not involve being knocked upside the head by some man. Simple living, you understand that when the Lord wants you to have that, you'll have that. Okay? Just stick to simple living. There's somebody for everybody, and it's a certain time for it. I mean, we're put here to pray, despite what the manosphere is teaching and the abuse that's going on in that, and also the abuse that men go through with their family and friends, making them seem like they not a good man because they single, they not a good man because they never been married, they not a good man because they don't have kids. Even though the men may not be attacked as much on the internet like single women are, it's still the stigma that's behind it. However, these men that are at peace, that are single, they ain't got big child support bills because they didn't bring all these kids in the world. And don't make people make you feel bad because you don't want kids. If you don't want kids, whether you are male or female, that's part of simple living. I got a cousin that's very much at peace, never been married, don't have no kids, never had a kid, never been married, had a miscarriage. She did miscarry before. However, she's very much at peace with her life, much more at peace than a lot of married women with a bunch of kids that I know. Okay. So, yeah, this is the beauty of simple living. It's just so much. Let me see what else made it. I love cleaning my um charger, toothbrush. I only use toothbrushes that I can charge up. So what would you call it? Electric toothbrushes or whatever. Um, Spraying that down with some good old peroxide. I buy the spray peroxide and I just clean that toothbrush up. Peroxide is just like bleach. Bleach you use on clothes and in the washing machine, and peroxide is what I use on my toothbrush. So it's like bleaching down your toothbrush. It gets rid of the germs. It's just a good thing to do. So I enjoy doing that. So yesterday was my peroxide day. So simple living, y'all. These are things that actually make me happy. Okay. I'm too busy baking cookies and cleaning toothbrushes and washing clothes and dishes and grocery store shopping. So yesterday, my family and I, we went to the grocery store. We go to the grocery store every 2 to 3 days. We're big vegetable eaters, salad eaters, fruit. Not everything that we eat is healthy. I'm not gonna say we're like we don't eat, never eat junk food, but I do not buy soda pop for the home. I will, on occasion, when I go to this one particular restaurant that I like going to, I do enjoy my Sprite with no ice. So just simple living. So I had such a beautiful day yesterday, and it felt like I had went on a vacation, but I hadn't. Everything I did yesterday was within a mile of my home. And that is what a lot of people don't do. They're oftentimes getting in their cars, catching Ubers, having relatives and friends pick them up, and they're going way across town, going to other cities within their state, when actually what they should be enjoying is right at the house. Oh, right now, I'm on my exercise bike. I've been on this bike 29 minutes now. So that's another part of simple living, having some form of exercise equipment at your home. However, I do go exercise outside of here. I don't always do it here, but I have a couple of weights at home that I have, and then I have this bike. I don't have like a big gym here. I do a lot of natural exercises when it comes to exercising my arms, neck exercises and things like that. And I try to use correct posture if I can. However, and hopefully this simple living series will become more interesting. This is just the first time I've done this. This is like, I would say, episode one of Simple Living. However, I want to encourage it to help you know how to live so you can keep these narcissists and psychopaths out of your life. You want to keep these people out of your life. You want to stop attracting them. And the best way to do it is simple living. I didn't have any visitors other than relatives that were here. And I'm trying to think of one more thing. It was just on the tip of my tongue what I wanted to say. Oh, during this time yesterday, we did get a couple of knocks at the door from neighbors that wanted to hang out with one of my relatives. And we just let that neighbor know that we're on the way to the swimming pool. So, another part of simple living is make it simple. If you already have something planned, don't allow other people to redirect you to an activity that you weren't supposed to be involved in the first place. And just always having a good heart and soul and just having a fun time. And oh, another thing, part of simple living, when we were eating yesterday, we were talking about job opportunities for younger people in the family. So we just put a job phone number in the phone that a relative is interested in. And so we're going to follow up on that today, on this Saturday. And potentially, this particular relative wants to turn in a job application. So, another part of simple living is yesterday we decided not to stay out past 10 p.m. So, we were home early. We weren't out at midnight or anything like that. So, try to be careful. There's been a lot of stuff going on, no matter where you live, in a suburb, a town, big city. There's a lot of stuff that's popping off and that's happening that just ain't safe, y'all. So just be careful with that. Um, I enjoyed washing one of my favorite stainless steel pots. Okay. See, simple living is you enjoy the simple things. And the way to enjoy washing your favorite pot is not to have too many pots. Okay? Why do you need 50 pots? I mean, unless you really cook and you have a lot of visitors, I don't know. However, that's just a lot of pots. So if you're having too many visitors every day, that's complicated living. But you can still do simple living, okay? Because some people have big families. You can still do simple living. You know, you don't have to have things just over extreme or over extravagant. So, and it really, I think my favorite part of it was not allowing the phone to be a distraction in my simple living process yesterday. I just didn't allow it. And I wasn't focused on answering the phone. Another thing I did with simple living was asserted my boundary. You know, you got young people, you're trying to make them happy, they're not always happy. You know, this social media conditions young people that they, soon as they stop doing one activity, they think they're bored because that's what the social media has done to the mind of the young people. So, setting a boundary where you're not allowing anybody, even your own loved ones, to ruin your time. You know, you can have fun at the pool, but not allowing people to start disputes and to get you all riled up. Be willing to say, look, you're not going to ruin my time. We just came from the pool. This is a chill out moment. We're going to do our next activity here in the next hour. You need to wait. Look, man or miss, I'm not arguing with you. So assert that boundary. Part of simple living is not being easily provoked by people. People will be threatening you, saying all kind of crazy stuff. But if you're living simple, the maturity should be there, and you should be at a great peace, and you shouldn't be allowing people to easily provoke you into anger. Okay? So I hope this helps. And another thing, having good lighting in the house. Yesterday, I enjoyed the lighting in the house. It put me in an upbeat mood. Sometimes you may want to have the light or the lights dim. Little things like that will cheer you up. Gather your garbage up. Get your garbage ready to take out. Simple living. And then after that simple living day, I'm prepared today for another video. And I'm right here for another video. Okay? And yesterday, I guess you can add this in too. Every day is going to be different, right? But yesterday I did not do a video. So part of my simple living yesterday was not uploading a video. However, for my simple living today, I am doing a video. Okay? I gotta help you out with this. This will help free you from psychopaths and narcissists. Make your life as simple as possible, as goal-oriented as possible. But when you're doing simple living, you're at peace and you're not in competition with anybody. You could be in a nursing home and be living simple. I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will be uploading another video today for y'all. And again, please like, share, and subscribe, and share the video. Thank you. Bye.